Now guys, I had originally planned for this tour to be a walking tour, but time constraints and so on, it will be a driving tour. I'll try to drive as slowly as possible. This tour will be a tour of the hip strip in Montego Bay, St. James. I am starting the tour from the gate of Harmony Park. That's right before the entrance of the hip strip. I am also very close to KFC and Pizza Hut. Yes, very close to Bay West shopping center right over there. Famous Bay West. Alright, Sagicor behind me. Close enough to the courthouse, the Montego Bay courthouse. And I'm gonna start my tour. It will be a driving tour because I'm exhausted. I've just finished touring the Harmony Park. Yeah, I spent about 40 minutes over there. Yeah, I'm getting old. Yeah, man. But I'm gonna take my son one day and my family to the Harmony Park. So I believe I'll just pay for the whole day and then I'll tour the hip strip again. But this is the Jimmy Cliff Boulevard, aka the hip strip, Montego Bay's hip strip. And I'm doing a driving tour. Alright, so we are just passing, haven't passed, but still passing the Harmony Park. And just look on the views, guys, and if you have been to Montego Bay before, you can just reminisce. See if you identify any of these places. I'm not from St. James, so you may know the places more than I do. I'm a Westmalite. Alright, so we're driving past the Harmony Beach Park. And now we're at the Walter Fletcher Beach. I used to walk these roads years ago when I was doing a degree at UTech. When UTech was on the hip strip. That's UTech Mobay. Yeah, man. Alright, so we're just passing the pork pit over there, guys. Look on some of the views. I don't know if you can identify. Event place, beach house, Altaman West Hotel. You know, this is the vibes on a Saturday on the hip strip in Montego Bay. I'm driving as slowly as I can without holding up traffic. Don't want to obstruct traffic, guys. Brewery, restaurant and bar, jerk zone. This is another little park. What is this park called? Let me see if I see any sign. Had to hide my phone a while ago, guys. Yeah, man. I'm gonna give the phone to my son. Alright, this is a famous Margaritaville. Negril. Not Negril. I'm used to Negril. Margaritaville, Montego Bay. Yeah. I think this is the Pelicans. Is it the Pelicans? Came here twice, I think. Alright, so we're on the hip strip officially, people. This is what the hip strip is about. Party and fun and movements. Come with your family or come with your tour team. Yeah, man, you enjoy Jamaica together. Lovely, guys. Lovely, 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 lovely. How are you liking it so far, my people? Yep. Many hotels on the hip strip. Many little boutiques. Can get cigars, many supermarkets and so on. Yeah. Many hotels. Tourists. Black Americans, white Americans, Europeans, Canadians. And it's well policed. I've passed 2 police teams so far. Famous Starbucks coffee over there. Yes, guys, these are some of the things you can experience if you should come to Mobay on a vacation. Can somebody say vacation? Who wants a vacation? Are you longing for a vacation? Well, let Montego Bay be an option. Montego Bay, Jamaica. Or let Jamaica in general be an option. How does that sound? Alright, so UTech used to be right here, guys. When I was at UTech, I did law at UTech. I'm on the Lord. That's the Cameron Hotel. And the Lord blessed me with a law degree. So I have a law degree, guys, and I have an English degree. Yeah, so far the Lord has blessed me with that. Yeah, man. So I'm not yet a lawyer. Alright, so we're just gonna drive over to the airport. That's the Decameron Montego Bay Beach Resort, guys. I was planning to walk for this tour, but it would take about 2 hours. I don't know if I have that time, so I'm driving, giving you a driving tour. Alright, so I'm going down to another beach, guys. This is a free beach. Yeah, another free beach in Jamaica. So the Harmony Beach Park is technically free. You only have to pay for parking and you have to pay for certain services. Alright, but this beach here, what is this beach called? I think it's called Dump Up Beach. I don't know if it has another name, but I know of the name of Dump Up Beach. And many lovers would come here and chill and chat in the car, do a little kissing, little necking, then a jump in the water. I'm gonna come out of the car now, guys, and just show you a closer look of the Dump Up Beach in Montego Bay. Alright, guys, this is the Dump Up Beach. So you just have a little bit of beach now. Yeah, but people are still having fun. You can just come, you'd park here, and you enjoy the beach, God's beach, that God gave to His people for us to enjoy and glorify His name. So you notice that this is a free beach, guys. You park up, you know, you'll be respectful to other people as best as you can. You enjoy the beach, you go back in the car and you reach home safely, okay? Alright, so that's the Dump Up Beach there. I'm just gonna walk along here so you can see. The airport is very close by and hotels are here as well. Yeah. There's a hotel over there. I think the name is Sea Garden. Don't know if you're seeing it. And notice those stuff there. Signage to direct the airplanes when they are about to land. Yeah, so we are very close to the airport. And as I said, Jamaica is a very well policed nation. I just saw 4 policemen on a bike just pass. And I passed about 7 police on the hip strip. It's very well policed, so as to prevent tourist harassment. Alright, very well policed. And for those who don't want to obey the parking signs, yeah man, this place is very well policed. Since tourism is so important to us as Jamaicans, we gotta protect it by policing it and ensure that there's no police harassment of tourists and so on. Alright, respect. You're afraid to drop off? Okay, at least you don't have no phone on you. Yeah. Alright guys, what you think about the hip strip? Alright, I'm gonna get back in the car now and gonna tour the airport. I'm just gonna drive around over the airport, just talk a little bit about the airport, then we're gonna head back out to the market. The market right here in Montego Bay. And see what some of the things you can get in the market and so on. if you should have an extended stay in Jamaica. Alright, so guys, I'm leaving Dump Up Beach. As I said before, we're heading over to the airport. Now, the airport is like 3 minutes drive from here. Very close. And I'm not driving fast, I'm cruising. Alright. A lot of tourist support, a lot of tour buses and so on, transport for the tourists. A lot of men, you know, well uniformed, very clean, waiting on the tourists. Clean buses, clean taxis, clean vehicles. Yeah, man, that's Jamaica. Alright, so we're on Godfrey Dyer Boulevard. Passing the Toby Resort. And that's the head office for Beryllium in St. James. I believe there must be one in Kingston. And this is the famous Hotel Gloriana. Hotel Gloriana. Anna. Alright. Right here, right in this vicinity here, guys, is where we do the police record. Police record in Western Jamaica. And lot of cars on sale, car mats. DHL is right here, guys. So you want to do business with DHL. It's very close to the airport in Montego Bay. Heading over to the airport. When I was a child, it was fun, joy, exciting, sad to be coming to the airport because you are either flying out with your mom or your family members, or you're coming with them to watch them fly out. Yeah, back in the days when somebody was flying out, the whole family would come. Lots of hugs before the plane. The person would board the plane, you know? But not so anymore. It's more business-like nowadays when family member is flying out. You know, you need to be as tight as possible. You need one person to transport them. You bring them to the airport on time and then you leave. Yep. So we're in the vicinity of the Sangsters International Airport. I'm just gonna go around. This man is driving very recklessly in front of me. Alright, so I'm right here at the airport. I don't know who those are, but they are airport staff. It's the only gas station at the airport right here, the Texaco gas station. That's the car park for, what you call it now, staff members of the airport. And this over here is a car park for visitors, people coming to pick up loved ones, or if you want to park the car and help your family member to, you know, get inside the departure lounge. Yes, want to drive past the departure lounge now, guys. Yeah, man. As I said before, when I was younger, the departure lounge was here, but then you would have to walk upstairs to wave your family members by. You would walk and see them boarding the plane and wave to them, but not so anymore. Alright. Sangster International Airport, guys. It's pretty safe, pretty business-like here in Jamaica. It was updated a couple years ago, and I hear that they're expanding it now. They are widening the runways and so on. And this is the arrival section. This is where you pick up persons who are arriving. I picked up someone last week. you have to wait for the person, you would pay in for parking, and you would park and wait, and then when the person tells you now that they are here on the phone, you pay for your parking and you come and pick them up. Some persons choose to park outside of the airport, wait there, and then when they are called, they would come now and do the pickup. Alright, this is another type of pickup for tourists who are going on tour buses. Yeah man, from the airport straight to the tour bus, straight to the hotel. Seamless, guys. This is Sandals coming to pick up their guests. Seamless. As I said before, tourism is very important to Jamaicans and to the Jamaican economy. So we put out our best. We have some of the best chefs, the best butlers, the best managers, the best hotels, the best business, the best buildings, the best cheesecake. Yeah. You know, some of the most friendliest people, good customer service, especially in the hotel. Yeah. Alright guys, so we are heading back to the hip strip, and then we're gonna close this video, and then I'm gonna start another video. I'm gonna start a video when I'm in the market, St. James Market, the Montego Bay Market. I'll start that video. Yeah, just to document some of the things you would see typically on a Saturday and a weekend at the market. Okay guys, how you liking it so far? Alright, that's the famous Montego Bay sign. There was a lot of discussion over it. I heard that that sign costs about $2 million. So it is what it is. Alright guys, I'm not gonna go back on the hip strip. Change of plans. I am gonna drive a different route just to show you a different view. Because we basically saw the hip strip already. So we're climbing a hill now, passing the Hillshire Hotel. It seems to be under renovation. For those who know, what is this hill called? This alternate route to get into town. Still climbing a hill. I wanted to show you some of these views. Alright, so I'm gonna just get comfortable and wind down the window and show you some views. You may hear a little breeze. Alright, when I get on top of the hill. So we're in traffic. Yeah, this is the view guys. I wanted to show you. Look at the view. Look at the view. It's a bay view. Montego Bay, this is a bay view. Look at the view, look at the view. Just enjoy the view guys. Driving past. Almost as if you're in a plane. Looking down. This is the view. Normally don't drive on this hill. I really drive on the hill, but I'm driving here today just to show you. Inn up here called the Leaders Inn. Right, so we'll soon be back in the town. Alright, so we finished climbing the hill. We are now descending the hill. Wow. So we're passing, guys, various hotels, gift shops and so on. You can check them out. Look at that view, guys. Another view, another magnificent view right here in Montego Bay. Still descending the hill. Yeah, I couldn't have walked. Yeah, I could have walked. This would be too much to walk. This had to be a driving tour, guys. I would have to have a lot of time on my hands to be able to walk. It would have to be a very cool day as well. Wow. Look at the view, guys. I want you to see this view. Baby. Wow. Have you seen it, guys? I'll put on my flash. Yeah, man. So we're back in the town. Back in the town of Montego Bay. Alright, so I'm gonna look. Alright, guys, so back in the town. So that was the tour of the hip strip to the airport and back to the start of the hip strip. Alright, so I'm gonna close the video here. Remember, guys, as I always say, give me a like, give me a share, remember to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell. Yeah, man. Remember, God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ever dream or think or imagine. Alright, so big up yourself, like, share, subscribe, believe, and you know, if you're abroad, take a trip to Jamaica one of these days. When last you come to Jamaica, yeah, man, you gotta try, put Jamaica, coming to Jamaica on your bucket list. Alright, love you guys, big up yourself. Thanks for viewing, guys. Look on my other videos in this channel and subscribe if you have not subscribed as yet.